One certain seat has become a bone of contention in the politics of the Republic of Kenya right now. This is after Professor Kithure Kindiki was appointed and also sworn in as the new Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Now, the vacancy was left in the office of the Cabinet Secretary of Interior, which was previously held by Professor Kithure Kindiki after he came into office as the new DP to replace the impeached Deputy Rigathi Gachagua. Now, many questions have been on who really is going to be given the chance to take up the mantle and become the next Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, because Kenyans are trying to ascertain whether right now is the perfect time that President William Ruto makes up his mind to give them a new Cabinet Secretary of Interior. Now, a lot of speculations have been going around on who really is going to take up the position as the Cabinet Secretary of Interior. Now, at first, it was said that Kimani Ichugwah, the Member of Parliament of Kikuyu, and also the current majority leader in Parliament, will be the one to take up the place for to replace Kithure Kindiki as the new Cabinet Secretary of Interior. But that seems not to be something that is going to happen in the current republic and in the current atmosphere that we have in the country. After Kimani Ichugwah, another name that was brought up several times to become the next replacement for Kithure Kindiki was that of the current Member of Parliament of Kiharu, that is Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. But Ndindi Nyoro has stayed so quiet, and now it seems that there is something that has been happening between Ndindi Nyoro and President William Ruto. So which means there seems that there is no way that Ruto is going to appoint who? Ndindi Nyoro as the Cabinet Secretary of Interior, because there are some other factors also that prevents William Ruto to select or appoint a already sitting Member of Parliament in the position of a Cabinet Secretary. Now, also, another person that really was considered is the ODM Member of Parliament, JUNET Mohammed, whose name was fronted by many people that he should be given the position to become the next Cabinet Secretary of Interior. Now, when you look at JUNET Mohammed being the next Cabinet Secretary of Interior, you see that Kenya will be the greatest joke in Africa when it comes to matters of security. Now, putting the issue of JUNET Mohammed aside, now let me tell you, there is no way President William Ruto is going to select a sitting Member of Parliament to take up the place of Kithure Kindiki in the cabinet. Why? Because he knows if he does that, then there must be some by-elections. And these by-elections, mostly, if he picks a candidate from the Mount Kenya region, then if he picks Kiharu Member of Parliament, Ndindi Nyoro, that means a by-election must be held in Kiharu. If he picks Kimani Ichugwah, that means a by-election must be held in Kikuyu. Now, if that happens, then it will be a very hard stage for William Ruto to go head on with Rigathi Gachagua, because any candidate that will come opposing the candidate that will be fronted by the UDA and the Kenya Kwanza government, then that candidate will be backed by Rigathi Gachagua. Now it will be like, remember the Kiambaa by-election during Uhuru Kenyatta regime, where Kawajiko was fronted by William Ruto's UDA and the other candidate was fronted by Jubilee under President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Na ikakuwa that was the determining factor on how to prove, on the way to prove how the crowd was with William Ruto, or how, whether the crowd was supporting Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta anymore. And that proved that Ruto had the crowd back in the year 2020, I think it was 2022 or 2021, back then. Now come right now, if William Ruto decides aamue na kuchukua Kimani Ichung'wah kama cabinet secretary wa interior, then by election ifanyike Kikuyu, yule candidate ambaye ataletwa na William Ruto yani itakuwa ni vita baina ya William Ruto na Gachagua, maana the candidate mwenye ataletwa na serikali ndiye atapingwa na yule ataletwa na Gachagua. So if Gachagua fronts or supports a candidate that will be going against the government candidate, that means itakuwa ni battle, and telling by how the ground is, there is a high possibility that Gachagua's candidate will win. So William Ruto cannot allow that at this early stage. Hawezi kubali, maana hiyo itamalizia point kabisa kama rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Tunaelewana? So he is now left with these two other options ambao wanatajwa pia among those that might be taking up the mantle to replace Kithure Kindiki. One is the former Deputy Inspector General Deputy Inspector General of Police, Noor Gabo. Noor Gabo is the current person that is leading the contingent that was deployed where? That was deployed in Haiti. Now, when we look at his biography, Noor Gabo hailed as one of the most revered security officers. He was the Deputy Inspector General of Police. The distinguished officer's vast experience in the role stretches to over 3 decades. Prior to his current role as the Deputy IG, he served as the Commandant of the Kenya Police College. Gabo was enlisted in the police service in the year 1989 and was promoted to Assistant IG a few years later. The officer made history by becoming the first Kenyan police service officer to head administration police in 2018. He holds a Bachelor of Arts in Criminology and Penology from the United Kingdom-based International Academy Bramshill of the National Police Improvement Agency. He also has a Masters of Governance, Peace and Security Studies. Gabo was key in restoring order during the chaos that erupted at the Bomas of Kenya auditorium during the announcement of the presidential elections in the 2022 elections. In addition, he took up the acting role of the Inspector General after his predecessor, Hilary Mutyambai, took a break over a medical emergency. During his short tenure, Gabo reshuffled the DCI in a bid to streamline the services at the Directorate of Criminal Investigation. Not only that, now when we put Gabo aside, there is another name that has also been making waves as the man that might be taking up the role as the new Cabinet Secretary of Interior, and that is the name of the former Inspector General of National Police Service of the Republic of Kenya, that is Bwana Joseph Boynet. Joseph Boynet is a former Inspector General of the National Police Service of the Republic of Kenya. Prior to his appointment, he served in the Kenya National Intelligence Service, the NIS. He is a holder of an international studies and diplomacy degree for the Washington International University, an accredited institution in the British Virgin Islands. He was the replacement of the former Inspector General David Kimayo. So also David Kimayo has been rumored to be among those that might be also fronted to take up the role. But there is a high possibility that Joseph Boynet, because he is the current who really seems to be very young since he left the office, and his experience is not trusted when it comes to matters of the national security, he really has a chance to be the one to take up the mantle. Because for Noor Gabo right now, he has a role that is playing in the government, leading the police, the police and the military that is currently deployed in Haiti. So I don't think there is a way that Noor Gabo can can come back again to continue running the cabinet secretary of interior position. So Joseph Boynet or David Kimayo takes the lead. For now, that's what's up. Make sure you leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video.